Hello again, my DIY loving friends, and welcome to Medicated Housewife DIY, where crafting and mental health come together. Get ready for the coziest season with all new Dollar Tree DIY home decor for fall. Create gorgeous, high-end looks without breaking the bank and elevate your space with stunning autumn vibes. So what are you waiting for? Let's go DIY together. For this first DIY, I've got this small ceramic pumpkin jar from Dollar Tree, and I am going to take it outside and spray paint it with Rust-Oleum paint and primer in gloss white, which I will link for you in the description box below. I paint all the pumpkin inside and out except for that stem. Once the white paint is dried, I've got this Montana Marble texture spray paint from Amazon. I'll link it for you below, and I highly recommend this brand of texture spray paint. I think it works better than the Krylon brand. I followed the directions and got this silver marbly kind of effect. I was pretty happy with that. I did leave it on for about 4 hours to fully dry, and I only sprayed the marble on the outside of the pumpkin. I removed the painter's tape and I felt I needed to cover that gold stem. I ended up using this liquid chrome paint marker I got on Amazon, and I will link it for you below. It goes on like a regular paint pen, leaves a very mirror-like silver metallic color, which I felt complemented the silver marbling on the pumpkin just perfectly. And just like that, I have this gorgeous little faux marble ceramic pumpkin jar, perfect for all your little trinkets. I'm going to use it in my master bathroom because it fits in perfectly, and I also think this would make an incredible gift. I know I'd be thrilled to receive it. A serious high-end upgrade to a $1.25 Dollar Tree pumpkin. This next DIY begins with this large wire pumpkin wreath form from Dollar Tree and some thick jute twine I got on Amazon. I will link that for you below. Using some hot glue, I'm going to start in the middle of the pumpkin and attach my first piece of jute around the wire that is at the end of one of the ends of the pumpkin, as you can see me doing right here. Then I'm going to wrap and loop my jute around the next wire over, using hot glue to secure the jute in place because this pumpkin is a rounded dome shape and I don't want my wrapped jute to slide up and down on those wires, if that makes any sense. So this hot glue keeps all the jute from moving. I do the same rapid loop with the jute on the next wire, and I'm trying my best to keep that line that I'm forming with the jute as straight as I possibly can. I'm going to use the hot glue on all of my loops just for some extra security. I'm going to continue the wrapping and the gluing the same exact way onto all of the rest of the wires that are in this line. Then I continue the same process of wrapping and gluing in the opposite direction toward that wire that I first started with. And this is going to be the pattern that I use for this lower half of the entire pumpkin, filling it all up until I reach the very bottom. To end this bottom half of the pumpkin, I just hot glue the end piece of the jute to the inside of the wreath form to hold it in place. Then, starting back at the middle of the pumpkin, I fill in the top half of that pumpkin. We're going to do it the exact same way as we did the bottom half. We're using the same jute and hot gluing all of the wrapped loops of jute in place onto those wires. I'm going to go all the way up to the stem part of the wreath form and end the wrapping at that point when I hit the stem. Now, I wanted to start the wrapping in the middle of the pumpkin because I felt it would be easier to keep those lines straight by starting at the widest part, which is the middle of the pumpkin. I end the wrapping by gluing the end piece of jute down in the back of the filled-in wreath and securing it with some hot glue. So then the wire edge outline of the pumpkin is not so pretty, so we do what we always do in this case, and that's to cover it up with some Nautical Rope from Dollar Tree. So I cover the wire outline of the entire pumpkin with a piece of Nautical Rope, securing the ends in the back of the wreath. Now I had this small piece of tree stump in my stash of odds and ends, and it happened to fit perfectly for the stem area. I wanted to make it darker. I painted it using some folk art antique wax, which I'll link for you below. But before I attached to the pumpkin, I wanted to cover all the wire of that stem, so I wrapped the entire stem with some Dollar Tree jute twine, securing it with hot glue. Then using a generous amount of hot glue to attach the piece of tree branch down onto that jute wrapped stem. Next, I take a piece of that wired rope from Dollar Tree, I twist it around the stem and spiral curl up the two ends like tendrils on a pumpkin. I made a very basic, sad little bow using this green wired burlap ribbon from Dollar Tree, and if you've watched my videos, then you are familiar with the fact that I am bow challenged, but I do my best, and basically you are better off following someone else's bow tutorial. I'm just not your girl for that. I twist the middle with some floral wire and glue another piece of ribbon around the middle, and voila, sad little bow. Now off camera, I added some Dollar Tree fall leaves around the stem and ultimately decided to add the bow off to the side of that wreath. And this is my fall harvest pumpkin wreath. Now admittedly, I'm not a big wreath girl, but I really like this one. I love how neutral it is. And I'm actually gonna hang this one on my front door to share some of that cozy autumn spirit with the whole neighborhood. This next DIY has an upscale Halloween vibe. I'm using a pair of skeleton hands from Dollar Tree. I'm going to paint them using Rust-Oleum bright shiny gold metallic paint, which I will link for you below. I'm also using this clear plastic garden dish from Dollar Tree and painting that on the outside with some Rust-Oleum paint and primer in flat black, which I will link for you below. I want to use the inside of the bowl. I need it to be food safe, so I am only painting the outside of it. I want this to look like the skeleton hands are holding up the bowl, and I honestly was not totally sold on using this black bowl that I painted. I considered doing this with a clear bowl too. I really debated this one, and I'm just really curious what you guys think. Let me know in the comments if you would have used the clear bowl or the black one. I'm still going back and forth, so depending on your answers, I may have to do this one again. I did, however, end up going with my original plan of using the black bowl. I'm using Surebonder super glue gel, which I will link for you below, to attach the hands to the two sides of the bowl. Ultimately, I also needed to use some hot glue to help with the immediate hold and to keep everything in place, because that gel sometimes takes, longer than 30 seconds to set up, closer to 90 seconds, sometimes longer. So I just wanted everything to stay in place while the gel was setting up. I was so happy with how gorgeous the skeleton hands came out with the gold paint. They're made from a really hard plastic, not that hollow stuff that you sometimes get at Dollar Tree. And they really look and feel as though they could be some kind of metal. Just a really rich look, in my opinion. And as I said, I also used some hot glue to help hold these hands in place so I could get the hand placement right and make sure that they were both attached to the bowl in the same places on the hands, if that makes any sense. Also, obviously, the bottom of the hands are not flat, so they could not fully support the bowl and keep it suspended and standing up straight. So I ended up using these small square plastic dessert bowls that come in a pack from Dollar Tree, and I attached that to the bottom of the black bowl as a stand to hold it up. Because it's clear, it would still be inconspicuous and unnoticeable. However, I may go back and paint it black to match the bowl, or if I do the project again and use a clear bowl, I just leave it clear as well. I'm just thinking out loud here, don't mind me. And this is my skeleton candy bowl, and I fully plan on using this bowl in my living room to serve candy for the Halloween season, but because my husband, Mr. Medicated, cannot be trusted with Halloween candy in the house this early before Halloween, this reveal has flowers in it. I'm just being honest with you guys, and too much sugar is not good for him. But I do love this bowl. I think it's just so unique and so cool looking. For this next DIY, I'm using this small Decor foam pumpkin from Dollar Tree. I removed the stem, and at first I painted it with some apple barrel matte white paint, which I will link for you below, but I then decided it just needed more coverage. So I did end up repainting it then with some Rust-Oleum gloss white spray paint. I'm using this Montana Granite texture spray paint, which I will link for you below. It's extremely easy to use, and it takes a bit longer than regular spray paint to dry. You just need to spray the granite texture on in layers, letting each layer dry for at least 15 minutes before adding more layers. All in all, a pretty easy process. For the stem, I wanted it darker, so I used a Sharpie black paint pen and simply colored it in and popped the stem back into the foam pumpkin. And this is my super easy granite pumpkin, a perfect fall accessory for clean, modern decor. It's simple and basic, but I think that's what makes it a little upscale. Not bad for a $1.25 Dollar Tree foam pumpkin. I think I'd like to make a couple more in different stone textures to display as a set. Beyond easy, it doesn't get any better than that. And as usual, I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments which one of these Dollar Tree home decor DIYs for fall was your favorite and why. I love hearing from all of you. And if you've enjoyed this DIY video, there's another one waiting for you. Just click the link on your screen for more Medicated Housewife DIYs. Thanks for watching, and until next time, my name is Sarah. I'm the Medicated Housewife, and crafting is my medication.